of course, we go to a third.
Yeah, that is I think a big condition here as well. Train for Aurora is, I don't want to say it's an almost certainty, right? But if you look at it purely from the numbers, this is a map that I don't think many people are expecting to last too long. However, Ancient really could go the other way. It's a map that, you know, Spirit Academy have looked really, really hot on recently. So if it does end up being somehow a Spirit Academy victory here, there's a very real chance the favorites don't come out on top. But it's a pistol round to kick it off, and Patsy already so close, and they don't quite smell him, already under their noses. But Alcaran, that's the opening pick, found immediately a headshot and going for some more. Kenzie just trying to push in. They've taken all of that space outside, and now there's a double kill as well. There's a bit of a trade, and now Jin is going to hear all of this, but Kenzie puts a halt to that. And just running through Respawn, they have taken all of the map control. They've run all the way around the world.
Though at the same time, Kyusuke has the information and grabs a very lovely headshot. Spotting, hoping for a little more bit of a tag, but needs to reload, and with that panic arrives. Alright, Kenzie will find another one. So at the end of the day, a little bit of a lead here for Aurora, especially now with that bomb planted. Leaving just Mokujin by himself. Lands a good tag. But again, time is going to tick.
Time is going to tick indeed. There is a kit, but there's nothing really more to do. Has to take these fights. Trying to get the smoke down to give some cover, but is being pushed from the other side already. Has to keep an eye on Heaven, but at some point, when do you quit and cool your losses off?
Oh, that's rough. Really struggling there to get anything in on the side of Aurora. They do a really good job hiding, playing the time, which is exactly what you need to do in these types of tense pistol rounds, because it kept really going back and forth there. I wasn't really sure which way it was going to flip, but as soon as that bomb is planted, you got the men advantage. It's really tough to get back from that.
Indeed it is. Now the force buy coming in, I say the force buy, the buy in coming out from Aurora. Pretty nice, a lot of heavy weaponry and a lot of utility to back it up, and it is going to be Spirit Academy. Nothing but the Deagle investment here, so Kyosuk, the star we also highlighted, gonna have to pull something miraculous out if they even want to scoop up a weapon here.
Everyone is stacked up over towards A. Still a bunch of people in connector if they do need to rotate. But with just a single Deagle upgrade, it's not looking very bright here for Spirit Academy.
Has the right angle on it completely. They're not careful, could walk into a bit of a trap here, but Titsy coming out, it's going to block that player. Okajin just having to hide for now. The flash is good, does force Kyosuk off the angle, and is going to be able to get a tag off, but that is all he wrote. Immediately jumping up onto red here. And Patsy raining down bullets. It's messy, but does take down the rest of the remaining defense, and it's a nigh-on flawless round here for Aurora. That Deagle really not finding its weight in gold.
Yeah, pretty clean conversion there for Aurora. Kept it nice and tight. And with that though, Spirit Academy is able to buy up. Of course, that Deagle only got in because of the kills grabbed in the pistol round. So everyone saved up their cash. And the first orb is gonna come out here in the hands of Alcaran. Curious to see where he's gonna be heading with that one. At the moment, sitting over towards the halls.
Not anymore, he's not. Immediately taken down. Robo is going to pick it back up. Max has taken a lot of space here, is trying to desperately push forward, but has to be very careful on both sides of the equation. Now Patsy's slowly waiting. There is somebody on the other side here. It's Kyosuk. They just miss each other. Dancing around the corners. It's going to stay silent for now.
Time continues to tick, and Aurora is making a shift of plan. And a majority are walking into B halls. Yuzuki is here, pretty much by himself. Will lands the first, has Cypher a little bit further back. Oh, and his feet get spotted. That's a very awkward fight, and now both of them go down, leaving this side completely open. Yes, rotations come through, but a 2v4 is far from ideal.
So far from ideal as to be untrue, and Robo having to pick up that AWP and maybe even try just save it, but even getting out here isn't a certainty. Merchant's managed to carve a bit of a path out, and Robo desperately just looking so paranoid of every shadow, every corner here, and it should be the both of them allowed to pass into the next round with the spoils of war, but still no round on the board.
Looking for exits, making sure you are keeping a hold of your weapons. At the same time, though, Robo's also checking his angles out because he would love to hang on to that AWP, which he's able to do so. No one's actively going to go hunt because, again, Aurora... I mean, money is slowly starting to build up, but you kind of want to keep this economy on your side here on T side, so I can understand them maybe not wanting to go for a hunt.
Yeah, better safe than sorry at this early stage. Don't want to be giving away any of these weapons, any of these kills, and ultimately having to rebite into those weapons. We do see Grix now, the player, the Kadir player to watch that we highlighted. With his signature weapon in hand, is he going to get the chance to use it? However, Alcaran is watching tunnels here. But being watched back is he. Spirit Academy, a little bit of trouble here for them. They've already burnt through what precious little utility they had. They have a single smoke now on Cypher, but they're gonna just have to take these fights now. And Aurora, they've got so much on the back burner just to hurl at whatever site they're looking to take. And I think A is looking particularly tasty to them right now. Alcaran holding the angle. Is he expecting somebody to crouch under? Looks away. I say just the wrong second. Looking back now. All a matter of timing, and Cypher taking this space, getting proactive. They've whittled down the timer a fair amount and not allowed Aurora anywhere near a line of sight onto this A side.
Oh, that is unfortunate. He is able to escape, though. Maybe not the most advantageous position, and now his teammate goes down. He misses another shot, and it goes from bad to worse. Oh, that is very, very rough. Kisaki is then the last man standing. MP9 in hand, but maybe this time around he is gonna get hunted, though at the same time. You know, MP9 saved over, maybe not the most valuable.
Kenzie is taking a lot of space to try prevent him going to this other site to hide, and a lot of damage done, but yeah, unfortunately there is no escape on this one. And another round.
Kenzie on 9-0, by the way. Just putting it out there.
That is, I mean, we are 4 rounds in, but no deaths yet. In fact, 2 of the team don't have any deaths. Glax has also managed to escape, sort of really just being in the public eye thus far. Again, still very, very early days here. But there are still a lot of zeros on both sides of the K and D on this map. Here's going to be a buy again, lacking a lot of utility on some of these players for Spirit Academy. Might just be their downfall. They weren't hitting their shots last round, and Kenzie with 1 through the smoke proves exactly how important that is. That's he gonna cross over, unspotted, unnoticed, but no further to be met as the smoke is in his face for now. We'll have to look at what the rest of the team is up to on the other side of the map.
Pull back a bit. Ooh, and at the same time, when I want to fall back, it is time for Alcaran's AWP to shine. Lovely opener. So with that, numbers are tied up again. And what does Aurora want to do? Well, at the same time, Spirit does not like to sit still. Oh, and the backs are turned. There's so very, very awkward. Patsy just holding for lower. Not expecting a push to come through. And honestly, that's not often that happens, but at the same time, now Aurora's lost another player. Need to group up. need to play together. Now they're walking into the site where there's currently only one player. So the odds could be in their favor if they grab the kill, and they do indeed. They grab the second player as well, coming through connector. And again, the odds have switched around, whereas Spirit was leading. It's gonna be a, well, potential retake with another man down.
Yeah, it's gonna get really messy from here as well. Norway doesn't even have to do anything as the smoke fades. It is gonna be a matter, but Kenzie's managed to get both from afar in this round. Time after time, just teammates saving each other's bacon. And Kenzie finishes that round with 2 kills and 1 HP to his name. But I think something really important there as well is just Clax finding that kill to keep the rest of the team alive there. Because it's still a little bit of a messy situation. Going into that, the retake was close enough. They didn't have to particularly try carve a way back onto site. They were still kind of hanging around on the extremities of B there. But the fact that you don't have to worry, you can get that bomb down pretty quickly. The economy is just going to keep flowing for them from here as well. The timeout being called from Spirit Academy, absolutely a conversation needs to be had here. 0-5 is not the way you want to be starting on this CT side. Your money's not in the best place to go for a full buy here either, but it does look like they're investing nonetheless. Making sure they've got enough for next round, and maybe a little bit of damage. I'd love to see them get aggressive with this and try catch somebody off guard. We saw Alcaran finding a couple of these opening picks. They were able to spiral a little bit. It wasn't a round win, but it was a start. Robo straight up hiding in the smoke, and absolutely not. No disrespect. No sneaking around will be tolerated. Patsy's got a bit of a fight on his hands here. Wary the Kyosuk might be hanging around, but unwilling to give him the fight that he looks. In the meantime, there's a battle in the lane. Kenzie, that HE. Ooh, not deep enough, only to part the smoke, but with Cypher low HP, you can tell the paranoia is there. Alcaran just running through, spams away, has managed to get an AWP in the midst of whatever that sort of chaotic aggression was, but Patsy holding for it, immediately punished for keeping his hand in the cookie jar 1 second too long, and now Cypher, 11 HP, is just about to walk into a very similar fate.
Oh. Yeah, the streak just continues, the bullying as well, and Aurora has really found the flow that they needed to kick off this map. And yes, it is Aurora's map pick, and we were talking already about the prospect of, well, this being a punish pick. And so far, it smells like Aurora's dominance is really getting the better of Spirit Academy. But we do got another 4-buy coming through. So another chance for Spirit Academy to show what they've got. We've seen them get aggressive here and there as well into B-halls and get opportunities, but often the problem is when the side is lost and a bomb goes down, it's really hard for them to get a retake going.
Yeah, that it is. And they've been really good at holding off a lot of this space. Aurora have been playing the extremities of this map relentlessly here. They've not been giving them particularly any fights over on those sites, and Patsy waiting has been pushed from this angle and caught with his pants down a couple of times and not willing to let the same thing happen. Moves off the angle, and Kyosuk just trying to wait for the right second to strike. Has Cypher and a Molotov ready. Actually, they're looking to peek this instead.
They'd make the smoke disappear. A little bit of a spray back and forth. But Robo is still standing. And with that, a lot of information here obtained for Spirit Academy as to the whereabouts of these Aurora players. Uh-oh! Oh, again, a missed shot there from Alcaran. But Robo's there to help the team out. And the clock, it's not really working in Aurora's favor. They need to get some kills going. That's a double kill, but still, you have to set your foot on site. And there is more players right around the corner. We need to take some hero shots here. And it's not going to happen this time around. It is Spirit Academy on top.
Yeah, lovely stuff. And finally, we see everybody on the scoreboard now as well. But yeah, that was an impeccable spray transfer, mind you, from Kenzie that we saw. Managing just to hold down the trigger and keep it aimed as he witnesses someone throw themselves off of a train in front of him. But yeah, just the time at the end there, too low, everyone tucked in. And even if you do manage to get into that plant zone, there's somebody waiting to peek out. They weren't going to give them that fight. They were just going to wait for the bomb to go down and strike in the moment of vulnerability. Now, Patsy again, this time getting really aggressive over towards B. I say that actually heading down to what I believe has now been dubbed Up Dog. But attention is divided here in the utility. They've drawn out so much already, but a backtrack from the rest of the team is just going to keep Spirit Academy guessing. They've had no information this entire round.
So in the early phase, it's a bit hard to get control across the map. Patsy at least sort of hanging about. Oh, bit of a nade. Chip damage onto some of the Aurora players. Do you want to commit? Oh, well, maybe the plan goes awry again. Clax falls towards Ivy. And again, the potential for a wraparound, a split might be lost, but Kenzie is still alive and kicking. And again, Ultra struggling a little bit. Not this second time around. Will finally get a shot. But numbers still may even. And look at the timer yet again. 15 seconds on the clock. And Mokjin is the one to keep them at bay for the time being. But not for much longer, as it is Grix who lands the final blow.
Yeah, it is. That is, again, time just cutting it so low. Luckily, Grix posted up there and uses his teammate as an opportunity to have the focus distracted just for a second. Peek out when least expecting, knowing that Spirit Academy were probably looking at that timer, rubbing their hands gleefully. But no, timeout being called from them, even though it was a victory, maybe a little bit close for comfort, and a discussion needed to be had, because this is not the first time now that clock has started to run down and cause them to sort of have a fire lit under them. So yeah, having a little bit of a talk about what's going to come next. Their money still in a great place. They lost that one round, immediately a bounce back as well, and you can see what that's done to the economy for Spirit Academy. Is they're stumped once again. This is another round where they're having to forgo everything, and that they are running with very limited buy. Of course, it's always that what comes next, what comes after, and nothing in the moment. Robo getting very aggressive. Patsy here has not really been allowed any success in these opening fights. He has had a bit of unfortunate luck here. Robo just with the pistol, holding off diligently, but unfortunately no one is knocking and no one's home. It's going to be Sypho first up to the chopping block here. Not 100% sure where to look, because that smoke's going to be fading really soon, and there's about to be an onslaught heading his way. Bit of damage off, but nothing more to be found here, and Patsy is helping clear the way, pathing forward as Norway and get that bomb down as well. Chucks a little bit of util first, just for safety, and now it's going to be Spirit Academy. They've got 4 still alive, and that rifle still in play, but they are locked out, and so much space taken past the site here for Aurora. That nade not quite going to go deep enough to do much, and Clack's going to be playing around the edge of the smoke, going to give away his position, but Patsy having a bit of trouble of his own with the pistols. Grix has luckily found one, but Clack's needing to step up, dancing around the train, and his teammate from afar, the two of them playing off of each other beautifully, and secures themselves an 8. And they just keep rolling.
Yeah, little slip up there for, that single round. A Spirit won, but again, they get back full confidence. They only lose a single player in that particular round. And yeah, the money wasn't looking too bright for Spirit Academy, but it's important for Aurora to make these rounds as clean as you can. And with that, they just continue to pretty much steamroll them here in this very first half. So, clock will start to tick for Spirit Academy to make something of this half. Full buy back on board, maybe not the most util on the majority of the players, but it's again an AWP, it's rifles.
Taylor's all the time with the CT economy, isn't it? They have unfortunately not had the ability to balance it particularly well with this constant string of quite dominant losses. But this time, a little bit of a switch up as well. They've taken the space and they're backing off. Sypho so worried, and the rest of the team coming to join them. They've had so much success over on B, but there's reinforcements now. Spirit Academy, they've learned, they've understood that they've got a weakness here. And this time, not willing to even let them set foot anywhere near the site.
Oh, spam through. And he is only 8 HP. Oh! Okay, well, the nade will finish him, but that was a lovely shot for the smoke. And with that, Spirit Academy still with a man advantage. It's getting a bit awkward there towards Ivy. Now a swing. Oh, from Clags, and no, with the molly in hand. Barely had enough time, and the defense this time around is a very, very solid. Just Grix, and they know exactly where he is. So with that, we do see a bounce back of Spirit.
Yeah, Clax there was, unfortunately, just feels like the wrong place at the wrong time. At the majority of that, he's very far removed on this sort of look, trying to find something. And unfortunately, that means he can't contribute to any of the shenanigans going on towards B and trying to take that site. The issue then is he really needs to find that kill, or a kill at least, to alleviate that pressure as they rotate and try and hit A instead. He needs to find something just to break the defense, and without going down finding nothing does mean that, unfortunately, team's weaker. He's not alleviated any lines of sight that can be abused by Aurora's attack. But here we go again. Final couple of rounds of the half coming in. And it seems like they are running ye olde default strat of theirs. Hit B. They catch Sypho off guard this time. The flash is nice, and a duck down is all that Alcaran to do to keep himself alive, but it's not for long. Bomb goes down quickly, and now hurrying over. They're trying to find something, but Kenzie not willing to let them get through this archway. Holding the door, holding his fire, and then Patsy pops his head up. Is taken down here, and actually suddenly a little bit worried, but Grix from afar has found the pick, and Robo has that AK. He has a kit, but he's just going to be wanting to save this because there's not going to be much else in the armory for Spirit Academy, but even that is not allowed. And Aurora, they've let 2 rounds slip, and they are not happy with that.
Yeah, with that, it is the final round of the half. And again, keeps being these rounds in isolation for Spirit, which is not really a great sign. And in order for them to still somewhat have a shot, they really desperately need this final round of the half. 2 is gotta be an incredibly large task. I mean, so is 3. They do manage to get it. I mean, that is one hell of a lockdown. Mokujin eventually flashed, but was good for a double kill. Sypho now with a great bit of repositioning there to deal with those remaining players. And with that, our halftime scoreline is 3-9.
that's so overrated. Yeah, if you make one, you will fall. Too much of a temptation. Yeah, there's a comfort in the crawl. Now I've been on my feet too long. I know I'm strong, just looking for some solid ground, so I can start to run. I don't wanna be tired, moving toward my side. I don't wanna be tired, feels like it's my time. I don't need your
Welcome back, one and all. 9-3 is where we left off at the half, and it's where we're going to pick back up Aurora. They have had a dominant T-side, and now maybe the smoother sailing CT awaits them. Spirit Academy, I sure wouldn't want to be dropping this pistol round if I were them. And they're gearing up, and Kenzie, wanting to take an early stance, might be met with a little more than he can handle. Does manage to duck away, but it's dinks all around for Spirit. And Clack's trying to find something. And Kenzie dancing around the corner of red here, but it's going to be the two opening picks to Spirit. Now Sight has taken, they've taken all of this space, and they're still going. And now Aurora, 2 players left alive, and not much health on one of them. Now have to figure out something, anything here, and maybe just holding on to these Julies and armor for dear life is the play. And Spirit, this is the switch up of tempo that we were direly needing from them.
Yeah, and instantly Aurora is like, yep, nope, not gonna happen. Saving the Julies to smoke, the armor especially. Maybe you can make something out of the next round, but this one is lost for sure. And again, as you said, ooh, it's a lovely exit. But yeah, as you said, this is exactly the pace that we needed to see. Let's find out if it's gonna be enough for a comeback there. Oh wow, damn, overrun. Not gonna escape whatsoever.
Yeah, in the very last second, in my mind, I was, screaming for him to run. But no, that is an unfortunate one. You wait all of that time to try save the Julies, and then you lose them after time. So it's going to be a bit of a interesting buy here. Aurora are going to go for this as well. Economy could suffer, but it's the double scout setup. A seldom used tactic, and seldom, well, rarer still gets the job done correctly. Lovely nade into Kyosuk is going to do a bunch of damage. Bokujin's been allowed to take a bit of space here, but it might not necessarily be for free, as there's somebody waiting to receive him on the other end here. And Grix, this would be a huge pick to find here. Anything, or even just getting away with his life. But nope, a bullet straight to the head is how this one plays out. And suddenly they have this sight from all angles, and Robo is just going to pick away. Kenzie's found one, but that is all he wrote. And now Patsy, wandering through the halls, wondering what is going on here. And surely the call to save. But even then, your defense is split up, and Spirit Academy are keen to go hunting for this. You're taking the fights at face value, but you're walking away with victories, mind you. Robo gonna hear the footsteps and try catch those greedy hands trying to steal away weapons, and they go one apiece on these exits. And now suddenly Spirit Academy, that's a little bit for the bank account. They are still just trying to limit the damage here. And the damage being just Norway with that Galil. And I think that's maybe a sacrifice they'll be happy to have.
Terrorists win.
Yeah, only a single weapon. With that, Spirit Academy are slowly but surely creeping closer, and especially with Aurora's economy being in this rough spot, it will most likely guarantee Spirit a 6th. And with that, it's suddenly quite doable with only 3 rounds difference. So
It's the
Or
ninth
maybe,
curse. It's the Zonic's Law of
Oh,
MR12.
I know. Yeah, I mean, you can, if you're Aurora, you can use this round as well to kind of just talk about things of how you can get back into the game. Are you going to be shutting down this T side? And no, my lord, Norway's still alive and kicking on 1 HP, not any longer. Patsy will then pick it up. It is now 2 HP himself. And it's going to be rough. At least we'll get 2 kills home, which, considering the majority of the squad was on pistols, is not too shabby. But now the real work has to come through. 9-6 is the scoreline, and Aurora back with a full buy on board.
I would like to just highlight that Kenzie is now 20-8, which is just absolutely stellar stuff, but can't be the only one trying to find these impactful kills and moments as well. Stepping up with the multi-kills exactly when they're needed. Unfortunately, not always leading towards a round win, but certainly looks good on paper now. Patsy, with the help of these H's, is going to clear out all of this space and tuck himself in. That's a lot of information to work with over towards A, and so now B players getting a little bit uncomfortable and shifting around here. Ooh, the boost up. Is it going to be hit? It is indeed, and it's a headshot through several layers of metal grate. Kenzie now wondering, does he throw the smoke? Does he lead them into a false sense of security to push him? Actually holds off on the smoke for now, and more teammates are approaching, and he is going to be called upon to find an answer. A kill at least needed here.
That's a lovely one. Kenzie doing such a good job here for Aurora. Is kind of just swinging left and right between these 2 angles on his way to a 3rd. Oh my lord. Again, he does it all for the team. He's on 23 kills himself, almost 3 KD. Absolutely insane.
The fluidity
So,
there, yeah.
Yeah, it's like left, right. Doesn't matter where everyone is coming from. No one is able to take this man down.
No, they are not, and actually the 8 deaths only speaks to that a little bit, but suddenly Spirit Academy, it was a nice little round win. This time they are having to forgo a lot of the armory. Bricks, there's the smoke immediately blown open, no early info to be found there. Nade gonna tickle the toes of Spirit Academy, but not much more than that. Patsy decides to just stand in the edge for a little bit and try take a fight. That does not come, but suddenly they're all around him and he's going to need to step up, but the flash is perfect and Rebba's going to catch him out, and it's Kenzie once again needs to be the saviour. The balance has been tipped against them, and now Norway, the last left alive, and recovered weaponry. So much to do, and if you're Aurora backing away, finding somewhere to save, because even with the kit, you don't really have the facilities for this one, big man.
This is a very, very tough one. Far isolated, the smoke as well is not helping. I mean, he's around the corner, but at the same time I would kind of just run away for Ivy if I can. There we go. Still, money is not in the best possible spot. Like, they can buy, especially with this one they get transferred over. But it certainly is going to sting that round you have won has been in isolation, so the potential win bonus you wanted to build up is gone. But new round, new chances. But Spirit keep it close.
This is a lot closer of a scoreline right now than I expected as we went into, the penultimate round of the last half, where it was teetering on a 10-2 at the end, but Spirit Academy showing heavy dominance. And I think it's been sort of the running narrative for a while now is that almost all maps are T-sided at the moment, at this level and of course at the tier 1 level as well. Is that T-side still favoured, and even though the CT economy is looking a lot nicer than it was, the CT side is still suffering as a whole. Patsy pushing up. We saw this fight taken by Kyosuk a lot over on the first half. The Molotov forces him forward and to his demise, and Kenzie now a smoke to try prevent anybody being cheeky and trying to punish and find another off the back of it. There's damage exchange, but neither will go down. Suddenly, the rest of his teammates on A, they're shifting around because they're uncomfortable and they actually don't really know what the plan of action is because they've got no eyes that the whole of lane kind of just got taken. Klax is the major linchpin here and he's moved away, so suddenly they've got no way of knowing what's happening before it hits them, and there's Kyosuk with the first pick. It's cold, it's clinical, and the team's just going to come flooding on. He can call the whole site clear solo. And Aurora, they just have to hang their heads and admit defeat on this one, surely.
I don't know why there's a double smoke in the same position. Maybe a bit of a miscommunication. But for the time being, they are going to get the bomb down. And it looks like Aurora is sticking together. And they're just going to save. Because again, money is running very, very tight. And with how close this game is, you need every bit of util weaponry you can get your hands on to get yourself over the line. But this is especially a bit rough considering 2 players are this low. It could have been a 3-on-3. And now Spirit Academy is going to be surviving with all their players. Oh, and maybe getting a loss with that. Oh, lovely kill there upon Kenzie. Going to be escaping.
I love the...
Well, I say that.
The immediate rotate to check that no one had walked catwalk. To punish anybody trying to escape from his aggression. Naturally just runs up the ladder, gets another. It is 1-for-1 at the end there, but still way more damage than Aurora probably would have liked them to get there. As that is way less weapons to bring into this, and they don't have the money to really afford all that they could want. And Spirit Academy will have a weaker buy to go up against, and I think maybe a bit of utility, that scout, just because they've got the money, but it's really going to be a hero AK trying to sing. So far we haven't really seen these solo rifles do very much.
Yeah, well, there's information obtained that a lot of players are out there in main. So far, he's able to get 2 kills, in fact. And still alive and kicking. Oh, Grix not quite as much. But Norway hopes to do more damage. Does so upon one player. Oh, finishes off with a pistol. He was almost on for the ace there. And Patsy will come to help out when things get tricky. So this is like best case scenario. You go into this with a scout and a rifle, and the rifle just does it all.
They heard me slandering the fact that these hero rifles have done nothing all game so far. And they said, hold on, give us a second, let us cook. And they do. And I think it's a really nice round. I think this is going to be another one of those examples where you see maybe that just depth of experience and those fundamentals shining through, and maybe, dare I say, more veteran players. We talked about the Spirit Academy. A lot of these players, this is their first time on teams that are playing officials, especially at this sort of level, of course. I believe you said they came through advanced last season? This season?
2 seasons ago. In the previous season, they played the relegation stage. And through that, they qualified to here because they've won that relegation stage. But it's pretty insane. Two seasons ago, they were just playing advanced, like pretty much, a whole lot of teams can do. And then all of a sudden, you're an ECL, and all of a sudden, you could be up for playoffs potentially. And who knows what can happen then, because the winner is going to Pro League, and we can keep going. So who knows what's up for grabs. Now, here in this round, things are quiet thus far. Oh, well, that bit of information obtained without a sound cue as well, and Patsy will fall. Grix tagged.
I love the Molotov to separate them there, because the Molotov goes deep enough that Grix can't still hold this angle. There is nowhere round the pop dog door for him to safely stand. So you force that fight and there's no trade imminent, and now Grix is kind of lost on where to hide, and Mokujin might be able to get the drop on him if he's quick. Back turned on the escape and will be punished, and now suddenly the site is barren of defense. And so that bomb plant gonna come through for free. That's Clax. He's having to jump up, and he has an HE to part it, but would leave himself a sitting duck if he did, so just has to concede this victory. And Aurora, is that the back away? Is that the call to save already? I think it might be. Yeah, they're not even looking at this.
Yeah, the timer will just continue to tick. Oh, not be tagged. He's gonna be running the hell away. Not worth fighting for. Cypher though is still hungry to get a piece of this cake. And he's not gonna be granted that. Actually not too sure if he died after time there, if that was just within the timer, but
It's close either way.
it is very close. 9, 11, Aurora still leading, but the margin is getting smaller and smaller. Can still afford a buy here. But the pressure certainly is rising.
Yeah, this is a round really must win for Aurora with how the money's looking for both of them. They lose this, it's tied up and they're in a very sticky situation, but they managed to secure this. They might just buy themselves a tiny pocket of oxygen in this map. Kenzie immediately up, and they've been hesitant to push too much further here. I'd love to see them maybe have a look down Ivy, but... not Ivy Lane, sorry, but they don't. Clax once again just jump spotting this angle, holding that smoke, waiting, and it's Patsy holding down Pop Dog. This has been where they have lost. This is where the dam breaks every round for them, and this time Patsy holding a very tight angle. And both of them neither willing to concede this. Are they expecting Kenzie?
I'm not too sure. It feels a bit like a staring contest. Oh, this gets awkward. Spraying it first, and with that opportunity granted here for Spirit Academy. Yes, we have Kyosuke, who is tagged quite low, but yet again, all 5 players are still alive and standing. Opportunity to get the bomb planted as well, and it is looking rough. Unless a kill is granted very, very fast, I think it will have to be another save.
Yeah, even that I'm not 100% sure, because Spirit Academy, they could just hammer home the point here. They have the ability to push this. A flash around the corner is going to give Robo so much room to shine, and Clax does find a trade and will double down on this. And I don't see Spirit Academy having too many more attempts and stabs at this, but it will give them a 10th. Bring that to within 1 round of the other, and it does mean that Aurora's money is going to continue to be in a funky place for the rest of what is probably going to be regulation.
Yeah, who knows? It could still flip. We could still see Spirit Academy win 13-11.
True.
Oh, timeout here for Aurora. Because, yeah, the pressure is building. Things are not looking bright. The large lead that she had completely shifted. And it's pretty insane because it's mainly Kenzie and Norway here doing the heavy lifting for the team. Griggs occasionally gets an impactful kill, but has been relatively quiet in comparison to his impact that we have seen from him in the past.
Yeah, the Orpa's just not having the standout first map you'd want to see. But for the side of Spirit Academy right now, they've not really been particularly needing it. It was a very messy CT side for Alcaren, to be fair in all of this. And Grix had a bit of a better first half, has slowed down a lot now on CT side, and just not being allowed to find any of these fights, at least favorably. And Norway tested, gets 1, but that's all he's good for. Now the rest of the team's so far away, they'd stacked up towards A, not expecting quite as an aggressive B push. And Sypho, he's ahead of all of these smokes and ahead of all of the rotates through Connect. And actually, ahead of the utility they're throwing. Clax, I don't think is going to be expecting this. Parts the smoke, it's not quite deep enough, and unfortunately actually gets damage onto the Grix from behind that as well, and Patsy gets peeked from the other side, and it's all crumbling in all directions for Aurora. They are not going to want to let Grix keep this AWP. No, sir, not today. Missed shot. Does manage to find Cypher, but Mukajin instantly there to have his teammates back, and we are on 11-11 scoreline.
Yeah. Who would have thought from 9-3 it would come down to an 11-11? Absolutely insane. And, well, T-side it is. It's where all the magic happens.
It is. T-side is where all of the magic is happening for. Actually, both of these teams here, and a comeback. You know what? It is a comeback. It's absolutely a comeback. Grix has the chance for this opening pick and has to be careful not to hit his own teammate, but the smoke blooms just in time that neither will get the duel. Much fated. Patsy with 2. A lovely flash. Isn't quite able to escape. There is a trade, and with Akaram finding one elsewhere on the map, suddenly this is even messier. It looked like a good start, a great eco even. And now suddenly the nice weaponry is gone and the advantage they bought themselves, and with Clax falling here as well, and Mukajin, he has taken all of the space to himself. This does look like Spirit Academy are priming themselves for another. Kenzie maybe catches the element of surprises. Gonna hit Alcaran. Trigger Discipline doesn't choose to hold it for much longer. And there's the bomb down in a very weird space. Both of them not quite ready for it, but pistol out as opposed to Mukajin's knife. And that is going to be where you're caught with your pants down. And Robo has to try recover this bomb from a very, very messy situation. But they don't know where he is.
Yeah, and suddenly with 2 players, there's not a lot of time, but Aurora make it happen, looking the right way at the right time. And they do finally get it over the line to get to 12 first. It's series point, but they've thrown that big lead away, so only a single chance to get it done in regulation, or else we're heading to overtime.
Yeah, we said this would be a really sneaky, really cheeky map for Spirit Academy to steal away, because then going on to their map pick of Ancient, where actually, dare I say, they might be looking a little bit better, could roll the series 0-2. Whereas Aurora, this one, we felt like maybe they had it in the bag. They've been looking hot on it, as opposed to, you know, Spirit Academy, who have not had good showings to speak of, especially in the past few months. But this is it. Round 24 of 24, overtime or not. Aurora, if they take this, they will be kicking themselves either way. And Spirit Academy, they have the chance to pull the rug over their eyes and get a running start here. I say that, they still got overtime after this if they win this, but they still have the chance to get this sneaky little map advantage going into their own map pick.
Potential, but now they need to really lock in, get it over the line, and it's not going to be easy. I mean, they've done a lot of work already here in this second half. It's not done till it's done. More smokes, further delay. Spirit Academy not really granted with a lot of early map control. Kind of just stuck in Spawn and Ivy.
Yeah, Clax. I'm like that they've been more proactive with the utility here, but unfortunately that smoke's going to wear off. Lovely nade going to go deep, and Alcaran is going to be feeling that one in the morning, but has managed to stop the insane and fast-paced map control that has caused them so many issues. And whittled down over a minute off of the clock here.
The delay might just be everything here to make them sweat, make them make mistakes, play sloppy, but it's Mogujin here with the opener, make it a double. Grix though up with a trade, but not for much longer. Spirit Academy are putting pressure on this pot. Oh, and that is awkward. A missed shot. Very crucial. Now his teammate falls as well. It is smelling a lot like overtime, and indeed it will be, as it is 12-12.
This has been rough. This has been rough, but I am excited to see, and this series was only going to start this way, and I think it's only going to continue this way.
Yeah, well, back and forth we go. And who knows which way will not flip. Like, the momentum is 100% more on Spirit Academy's side. Aurora's still struggling to get round after round. They had 9 at halftime. Now only 12. And again, they were the first to get to 12 and, well, couldn't finish it out.
Yeah, they are.
So now they have to go to the long way.
Momentum is very much on Spirit Academy's side here, and starting off on that T side of overtime is certainly the way to kick this off. Patsy, Smoke isn't gonna be parted deep enough for anything really to be spotted, and it's a lot of damage. No kills found just yet. Patsy can hear the bullets, but that is all it's gonna be, is just sort of shadows and smoke in the mirrors. I think Aurora, they've not really had much information to work with, especially over towards B, so passively waiting and holding this, and before they know what's happening, it's too late and the trap is sprung, and once again, walls are closing in on Aurora over on B site.
Flashes come through. And noise now made, so they're actually able to get spotted. But I think on the flip side, they know exactly where players are. Whoa!
Okay.
What was that? That was an insane turnaround. Mokujin helps his teammate out as well. Make sure that he's not going to fall. And Spirit Academy, that was an overwhelming open on to the side with that bomb planted. And again, shortest money. But Aurora seems like they don't really want to go for this.
I don't blame them. It is uncomfortable, but you're right. What on earth was that? The immediate, it was like a sleeper agent hearing that phrase, just immediately wakes up, sits bolt upright, and yields them everything they could really have wanted in that moment. They are still hunting for this. Grix has found another shot, and they actually do manage to bait Robo out into Kenzie, but 2 left alive on both sides, and it's Spirit Academy taking the lead finally. They've not quite been able to get the victory, the upper hand, and now the cards, they're all in their deck, and Aurora's House of Cards is starting to, I say ceremoniously, tumble. It's not particularly ceremonious. This has been really rough half for them ever since starting on CT's side, and it's going to continue in that vein. Patsy with the early utility, but Robo's ahead of all of it, and they're not expecting it. They just don't know how to combat it.
Oh, well, that was one hell of a guess. See a shot through the smoke, you tap the head, though. Bit of a fire right back. Again, player's advantage. We need to kill fast, and it's not going to happen as Kleck's head is also decapitated. Nori, last man standing, might even get hunted down. 2 players running into connector, flashes behind them. First kill was effective for Nori. Second, not quite.
It'll pop out around the corner, bullet to the dome. Go home, go next round. And now, it's difficult. We are 2 rounds away from Spirit Academy securing their opponent's map pick in unprecedented fashion here. However, last round that they're on that T side, then all they need after that is the momentum, the energy that they clearly have flowing right now for 1 more round if they can secure this. Otherwise, it might be a little bit of a long slog for them over on their own CT side, but Aurora, they're going to have to change the pace and switch up the tune quickly. And Patsy, up close and personal, but the flashbang is so good. Lots lots of damage, and Kenzie's managed to find 2, but they don't go unpunished, and Grix spots the corner, hasn't been seen himself, isn't able to quite fire off the shot, and it's a nade kill from Klax, gives them the opener. But Sypho already under their noses here.
Oh, well, there we have it. 13-14. And again, it stays close. Close as this possibly can get. Still, though, a bit of a lead for Spirit Academy. And perhaps that edge that they need over Aurora.
This has really been a roller coaster of, oh, it's so over. No, wait, guys, we're back to, no, it's over. You know, Spirit Academy on overtime, they're just rolling to, ooh, this might go a second overtime. You gotta commend the fight that both teams are putting up here. And the fact that Spirit Academy has managed to claw this back. Aurora, they are gonna be kicking themselves that they weren't able to close it out with those 11 rounds earlier. Robo, this time on CT's side, they've had issues of their own. And Aurora are gonna fall back into their T side ways of just going B. This time, maybe not. That bomb's travelled all the way down lane. They are having second guesses. They're bringing it back now.
Yeah, a bit indecisive so far. Maybe just seeing how the initial spread out goes. What the responsive Spirit is. Kind of feeling, testing the waters a bit. Okujin just peeking around the corner left and right. But not spotting much. Does have a pretty solid timing on hitting that incendiary. It's the third installment for Aurora. But it seems like they are still keen on getting that bomb through Ivy. And oh my lord, that was one hell of a guess. We of course missed the earlier point of view. Maybe he did hear something or spot a player before throwing in that smoke and hitting the tag. But pretty solid timing, and Aurora is still kind of stuck outside.
I was gonna say, 40 seconds and they've not even really seen a bomb site yet. And the closest we're getting, you know, is Patsy having a nosy. Is being flashed through by his teammates. They've managed to get through the choke point, and Robo is holding the ghosts that aren't ever going to arrive. Alcaran, uncharacteristic miss. And Kyosuk needs to pick up the slack here. Robo spots so many heads, they line up for him. He doesn't quite get the second, but has he done enough to buy Kyosuk the space? No, Patsy knows he hears all, and Robo now left alone. He knows where all of these players are, but there's nothing he can do about it. And now just backs away, hoping he's pushed and can find some consolation picks. And Aurora, they're back in the game.
Yeah, they are. 14-14. Not giving up quite. And then again, you know, their T site was the site they were most comfortable on. So maybe that is the win condition. Now that scoreline is close.
It's starting to feel like old Counter-Strike days. To 16 we go, and if we both hit 15, we ride at dawn. But it's still going. This map has now been going for nigh on an hour. And this is only map number 1. People have got to be getting a little bit tired, and we're going to see mistakes starting to creep through even now. Alcaran, ooh, unscopes at just the wrong second, and the smoke had parted to give him the line of sight. However, he doesn't miss a second time. Is punished by Grix here. Now both players, a man down, but Patsy hiding in the smoke. I'm not sure he knows which direction he's facing, so it's going to have to be a pretty quick getting bearings and direction when it fades. Actually doesn't have too much pressure on his shoulders right now, and has to be the one to push through the pop dog choke point. Lining up the utility, but they have to be quick because Robo's hot on their tail.
There's a lot of information obtained. Sypho holding up for the angle. Bit of extra utility here to try and stop Aurora of getting onto the site. Klax though gets a very lovely kill. Oh, not quite with the rifle out in hand, and Kenzie with that is granted an opportunity bomb is going to be planted, and Klex just locks in. Heads onto a second kill, and now it's Robo 1v3. First kill found. Can he get the ladder to? Is he comfortable with going for this? I mean, at this point, in this stage of the game, you kind of have to. But it's not going to happen. Aurora, they set on for potential victory here. They need one more round. Or otherwise, gonna be another OT.
It is indeed. And I think just at the end there, the fact that they had the AWP, they know there was an AWP, but they didn't know where, just meant you had to be so careful of everywhere you push. There wasn't the utility, there wasn't the time to properly, methodically approach this. So you do sometimes just have to throw yourself mind, body, soul, spirit, heart, the whole shebang at a retake. And unfortunately, no clutch this time, straight down. And they've got the AWP back in Patsy up here, although they pull back a little bit. Norway going to be the one pushing forward with the cover of his teammate, just in case anyone decides to swing. But no proactivity to be found here, and it's a little bit of poking, prodding, and then pulling back for both of these teams. As Aurora, they fall back on what they know and what they trust, what worked for them during regulation, and that is hitting B, jumping down from Catwalk, and Alcaran this time, pixel angle, he's got a corner to work with, finds the first, drops down, has Cypher as backup, but doesn't really manage to find much with it. Alcaran gets another here, Glax rounds the corner, and actually they've managed to just keep at bay the defense, but somebody's already slipped through. They're not aware that Kyosuk not affected by that connector smoke, and Glax looking all directions, trying to get aggressive, finds the first, isn't even punished. The swing there from Okujin is just a second too late, but it doesn't matter because even with that delay, plenty of time for the retake. I say the retake, sorry, the defuse coming in. We go overtime number 2. I'd like to remind everyone that this is still map number 1 of the best of 3 here.
Yeah, absolutely insane. It keeps going back and forth. These two teams. Oh, I mean, initially it didn't look like it was gonna go like this. A 3-9 scoreline in the very first half, and it's ever since Spirit Academy just totally locked in, was not ready of letting go of this map just yet, and Aurora have another timeout. And they're going to use it because it's rough that yet again they've been on 2 series points and they can't close it out.
And this time they couldn't close it out on T side, which is the side that they were very dominant on. Both of these teams have been very dominant on T side. But if you're not able to close it out on T side, if you get yourself to that position again, this time you're on CT having to close it out. And we all know how that went during regulation. There's a reason that we're in overtime number 2. So this would be, you know, hopefully they can storm ahead with the first 3 rounds here. And then they don't have to rely as much. That seems to be no longer a tactical pause. It seems to be of the technical variety. Really are dragging this first map out as long as possible.
I mean, you know, we said lovely evening of Counter-Strike.
Exactly.
So the more Counter-Strike, the better.
I am curious to see how the other game is going. Copenhagen Wolves versus Rush B. They've already finished map number 1, must be nice. And it was Rush B taking that. Copenhagen Wolves going to need to have a reverse sweep. In all fairness, however, it was Rush B taking their own map pick. So still has the potential to go both ways there. Are we ever going to see Ancient? That's the real question. Is this the Hotel California? Can we never leave?
I mean, we kind of have to at one point.
I don't think we do.
First we gotta...
I think these teams are so evenly matched. And the fact that they both have some sort of allergy to CT side.
Yeah. I mean, I think this game is just too much on fire and the server is just gonna explode.
That may well be what we're seeing here, actually.
Yeah.
This is, I'd like to say this, take this with a grain of salt because we have absolutely no information on what is going on. The server has set on fire. That is going to be my headcanon. That's the narrative that I'm rolling with. The demo for this is going to be wild. When they go back, when both of these teams go back to look at where this went wrong, they're going to spend more time downloading the file than watching it, I think. But
Yeah.
somebody somewhere is having issues, but I think everything now looking fixed. We see the timer coming back, and round 1 of 6 of overtime, number 2 ahead. No, we're back in match pause. I jinxed it. I'm sorry, everybody.
Rough. Not quite. Not quite ready. I hear people typing, so it's either a good or a bad sign. But this especially is not quite helping for sort of your game flow, because of course earlier, you know, you're in this very tense state already and it's getting dragged out. Alright, wait. Countdown is
It's got to 10 seconds. We're in single digits now.
yeah.
I'm gonna hold my breath. Are we?
It's no. Oh, we're going live.
I think Robo, given the little head shake there, is also excited to be going live. And yes, we are. And you're right, I think the flow being broken up, especially for Spirit Academy, who had this insane comeback as well, that momentum seems to be so important. Norway, this time, not stopping for anything. Molotov doesn't matter. They stand in it, they fight in it, they take the minimal damage. And there is 2 beautiful opening picks and a bomb straight away down in the first 15 seconds. And now Spirit Academy, I think, just backing off instantly. They are so far removed from this that even with the kits, even with the util, just the time taken to get over to the site is going to be too much gone. Mokujin now just trying to find a way out and meet back up with his teammates. And Aurora, they're going to go hunting. I think they're looking for it. They have sent Grix to have a bit of a look. Hasn't seen anything, has decided also just to back away. Deciding to run past the bomb. A little bit of a risky game, playing hot potato with it, but... Ooh, Alcaron.
Oh, lovely. A really nice catch there. Maybe not going to be making the most difference. I mean, depending on how this round goes, could eventually damage Spirit Academy's economy a little bit. But for the time being, everyone can just buy up again. And, well, here we go again. Of course, Aurora is still on the T side, a favourable side. Both squads, their favourable side. So if Aurora want to get it over the line, this is really where they have to make a move, because they're going to switch sides, and they're not going to be on that favourable one. Oh, this is going to be
Robo?
a bit awkward. Robo gets behind them, spots one, I think, unless he was still blinded. There is noise made for certain, and he's just going to stick around, and he's going to be having the most perfect position. All 3 of them lining up. That's a very quick turnaround, though. Grix makes sure that's a trade, but the numbers are looking dire for Spirit Academy. It's just Sifo gets 1, but the numbers are outweighing, and it's Aurora who are now 17-15 up.
It's moments like that, and I love the fact that there was no noise made, holding that trigger discipline. It is just unfortunate that we've seen so many just headshot swivels today. The reaction times are off the charts, and it is unfortunate having that patience, having all of the information. And the worst part is, even though you don't go down and you haven't found any of those kills, you have all of the information to pass over to your teammates, and they still can't secure the round off the back of it. It hurts a little bit. It's a little bit of a bruise to the ego, but they come straight back into this. One final round on CT side, and it would be a nice mark next to their name not to have to make another reverse sweep in overtime. Sifo throwing out that utility, trying to put some distance, is shot from behind. Patsy dodges the flash, or so he thinks. Unfortunately, it goes deeper than he expects, is blind and taken down. Now 2v3, they've lost the sight, but near enough by Clax. Not sure where to look, looking back and forth, and just picks the wrong direction at the wrong time. Robo jumps up, doesn't land on the ladder, has the info, and Grix gonna work with him on that. Now they know where the last is. They just have to hold on to this bomb, and Robo No point not going for it. Going for the HE just to tackle them down lower, but not damaged enough for it to matter. An 18th round, a flawless first half of this overtime is exactly what we asked of Aurora. And now they just need to stumble across one more CT round.
Exactly. Which has been the hurdle, but at least this time they've got the most opportunities they've had so far to close it out. Double orb setup here coming through.
It's a choice to change and switch it up in what could be the last round at the map, and of course in overtime here, but I think they were struggling on CT side, so anything they can do differently, something to try out new. It was broke, so they're trying to fix it, but it is going to be Kyosuk with the opening pick onto Patsy, and now 2 orbs left is exactly ideal with the situation you find yourself in. Kenzie taken down, and now majority orbs, still not ideal, but they found finally a pick.
Oh, again, a bit back and forth action, traits left and right. But the numbers are looking to dire here. Oh, that's an opportunity. Walk straight into Alcarin's crosshair. Well spotted, and it's just Norway that is left. It's wrapping around though, so it could be in a good position, especially if he does get the kill on Alcarin. Oh, leg shot. Uh-oh, and backup has arrived. And for the time being, Spirit Academy says no, they hang on and grab 16.
Aurora, come on. One more round to close this out. You can't let this continue with just missing out by 1 CT round again. And they've chosen to go with the double orbs a second time here. Which, of course, Spirit Academy, whilst we didn't really get to see both orbs actually firing, they will have seen the dropped weaponry and know that this is the sort of chaos that Aurora's looking to bring to overtime. Whether they're expecting it a second time, that is yet to be seen here. Kenzie up close is trying to go for the fight, but fully flashed here, and Briggs, there's the pick they need. Kenzie dancing around, but it's Patsy gonna find the kill, and now trying to peek out. Sypho does not respect the smoke, and there it is, finally, Aurora around, and it's flawless to close out their map pick. Map number 1 ends 19-15. And it's well fought, and Spirit Academy putting up a great fight there, but overtime number 2, just too much for them. I think we're going to hopefully see a little bit of a stronger kickoff to this. However, on the flip side, we saw some people stepping up last series that weren't usually names that we'd think to highlight in the frag department. So everything's sort of been turned up on its head going into this map here, and I think we're about ready to get this pistol underway. Actually, Aurora, starting on T side. I like this.
Oh.
I like this. This is a good move for them, I think.
Yeah, I think so as well. Typically speaking, you would want to start CT, but now they're really putting the pressure up on Spirit to show up on that CT side. I kind of like this move. It is full of confidence. Probably Spirit Academy not expecting it either. And now here we go. Time to see what Aurora got in the bag. Seems like it's just an upgraded pistol. And most people have just Glocks in hand. There's not too many funky shenanigans. Just trying to get onto the site. Take it slow for the time being.
Yeah,
Watch out for any pushes.
they've got all information. Of course, Robo's not really playing even in Red Room. They've got no line of sight on mid. So Kyosuk here is going to be the first point of contact. They've heard nothing over towards A at all. So be expecting maybe they'd think something was coming, but they've played so far back they don't know what is about to hit them.
Well, Julie's in hand. First kill is a fact. Make it 2. And so far, so good. Both players here on the side get a double kill. And it's just Norway. And even though Norway was impeccable on that previous map, this is one hell of a task to live up to. Get some tags left and right. Not quite the kills. And with that, it is Spirit Academy to take home the pistol.
It is indeed. At long last, we see them succeed on this. And I see, this is the thing is, I think that Aurora starting on this T side, they were definitely a lot more comfortable on this attacking side over on Train. So I think maybe playing into that comfort a little bit, but also on a map that they're so well versed on and practiced, and a map that is sort of really Spirit, letting them pick the side where they can play these sort of harsh and very calculated strat books might be problematic, but there it is. Lovely HE to soften them up. Doesn't matter because Effa goes down and Robo's locked out of this, and Patsy's already pushed up, stealing away these weapons, and Clax with the Tech 9 still going for more. That bomb goes down, and even if nothing else, this is a success for them. The HP is really low. The spam could get it done, but spam away they will against them. And yeah, nobody here is walking away other than Kenzie with more than half HP, but it is successful, and it is a statement round, and the worst round to lose here if you're Spirit. Winning that pistol and then forcing up and having it torn away from you, and they can definitely still punish here and take away these weapons, make it painful for Aurora, but that is a nasty round to lose. Oh, Patsy.
1 HP.
Playing with fire.
Oh, well, he's alive. Majority of the squad survive. And this is exactly the style you want to have if you are Aurora. They're like, no, we're not messing around. We're confident in our explosiveness that we have seen over on Train as well on their T side. And it seems to be working quite well, but they're not quite in the clear. Spirit Academy, of course, still got funds. And ultimately, with the saves that they had in their own round, the money's still present. Gonna be going for a force. Oh, but look at that! My lord, the knee damage is surreal. Tagging up 2 players already, both with a weapon in hand.
Yeah.
So, far from ideal here for the start of Spirit.
The gamble stack is on the wrong side here, but Aurora, they haven't pushed far enough yet to know this, and the rotates are going to be moving over pretty quickly. You can see them heading through mid. The fact that they don't see anything, that they've cleared out all of halls over towards A, they know exactly where Aurora heading, and suddenly this is going to be a monumental task for them. Robo, a nice peek out here, could yield a pick, sees the utility, gets the first, backs away, and they can't even punish this.
Oh, Robo granted another one. That's rough. Would have expected more to come out of that. The second MP9 will try and do its job, and yes, he will. Yosuke is still alive and kicking, but Patsy creeping through red room here. Maybe a position not quite accounted for just yet. Actually, Yosuke is holding out for CT.
Is indeed.
But he's of course the player that is low. So if he drops here, which he will, could grant an opportunity for Patsy to clutch it out. Both players just have a pistol, no head armor.
Yeah, and that bomb is way too far away. 24 seconds. Even finding the picks is not looking likely, but Cypher won't even allow that. And back and forth, they snatch the candy back from Aurora's hands here. You can say you can have that early round lead over my dead body in Aurora. This time, their money in a weird spot, but they're going to force again. And thus, the force buy wars begin. Although this is a much weaker buy this time. There is so much less utility to work here. So this isn't like round number 2 where they had at least something in the tank. This is very bare bones here.
Yeah, you need to make the little shine. Maybe gonna boost it up? Actually, no, just gonna take the lead. Go in first. Uh-oh, she'll be spotted. And there is information. And as they want to go, they're getting mowed down with the use of a lovely counter flash. Actually, a double flash there. Yeah, and it's really clean. Patsy sure will get a nice extra kill, but that's about everything.
That's it.
Now a full eco needs to come through. And, well, league is looking strong for Spirit.
I think, and I'm hoping that they don't continue doing this for the whole game, because Spirit Academy, they probably already conned on to the fact that Patsy is always by his lonesome. Which means if you take down Patsy early, you know that that's not really likely to be the site that anyone's going to be heading. Or that if it's only Patsy left alive, then you know that the bomb is absolutely nowhere near him, and you could probably rest easy for a second. So, I'm hoping they don't make too much of a habit of this consistently. Robo straight away, and look at how much space they converge, and they've got them penned in, and this is a difficult situation for them now, running out of bullets, and trapped animals are often the most dangerous, but it doesn't matter. Cornered, taken down, and shot at point blank range before they can even look anywhere on the map.
Yeah, quick eco round is a good eco round.
Exactly.
So, well, with that, the gap is now 3 rounds, but Aurora can buy up. And it's a bit of a shame with how that turned out, because, you know, we were praising Aurora for the way they were able to bounce back, full confidence, and immediately, you know, after the pistol round win, Aurora put the pressure on, but couldn't quite convert it. And now a little step behind. Gonna make a run here in Speedway. At the same time, Robo again continues to push. Oh, this is awkward. The CTs are not giving them any breathing room, pushing through main, through Cheetah, through middle now as well. And Griggs, well, he's lucky to be alive with the smoke, but he soon will get hunted down.
Oh, immediate dink there as well. It's a messy fight,
Double.
and there it is, just dink after dink, eventually gets the job done, but I love what Spirit Academy did there, using Aurora's own smoke against them to divide the team, and create sort of, I say choke point after choke point here, where anytime they want to look somewhere, they can't trade anything, they can't see their own teammates, and everyone's sort of being split off from one another. And it is a running start that they head into here as well. Now we're seeing Alcrin out on the AWP here, and this has been them dominant even without him having that signature weapon in his muddy little grips. But I think Aurora may be regretting their choice to start T-side. I don't know if it's too early to say that. I think it was definitely a stark choice, psychological warfare at its finest, but they are... Kyosuke is having a little dance, a little spin around, getting himself ready in the mindset to go kill.
Alright, let's see what these pistols can do. So far, not looking bright here for Aurora, and they're getting stalled, they're getting rushed. But things are looking a bit more quiet this round.
Yeah, it's definitely being silent. Aurora hiding in the shadows. They've got a lot of smokes that they've managed to just sort of weasel their way in. And actually, Alcrin's just completely missed the timing of them through mid. But luckily, Mokujin ready and waiting for them. Now Brick speeding up through. Patsy just charging them down. But unfortunately, just a little bit too keen here, and Kenzie has managed to get the bomb down, has Grick's support from afar, but also there's not really much that he could do here. He has a line of sight on the bomb, but what are you really going to be able to do, especially when Mojin is going to just hold you off and hold you at bay, and Robo here stops Clax even putting his name into the fight. Misses the initial shot, doesn't matter, still manages to get the kill luckily.
Well, Grick stays alive. AWP can be invested into now for this next round.
Yep.
But there's some making up to do. The gap is getting bigger and bigger. Kenzie, who was one of the star players on the previous map, still yet to frag. And the impact currently is lacking. That one round that they got was beautiful. But it's these rounds where things are really gonna start to matter. And what is the approach going to be? They've gotten rushed and stalled. Looking for yet again another B entry, potentially. But Robo over towards Cheetah has been doing a lot of dangerous work. And now the CTs are going in for a hefty mid-push. 3 players strong, but 2 are already dead.
They are, and Robo's in a world of trouble here, because about to have issues on both sides. This Clax chooses just to hold off on throwing the util as well, just trapping Robo in here. Doesn't even need to get aggressive. Doesn't want to offer that opportunity for the pick.
Oh, lovely bow down. And again, so many of these players are low in tag, but it's only a bit of a consolation here to get away with a kill. It's a solid round coming through from Aurora, and this time around, the pushes that Spirit Academy put in, they were expected, they were being held, and they were being dealt with.
I think a big sort of linchpin of this round is that they shut down Robo and Cheetah very early on. Is that Robo is being sort of this menace, finding this opening pick, able to throw out that util to cut up the offensive over towards B, because for the majority of the time, that's been where they've heavily lent early rounds. So the fact that they managed to shut Robo out from anything right at the beginning, he just has to fall back and he's a little bit more uncomfortable. He hangs around longer than he should, not really having impact, not finding any info, and then at the end just being trapped and can't even look at stopping the plant and goes down where he stayed the whole round. And I like that a lot. And this time they've actually just chosen to void him completely and head over towards A, where nobody's really on site. Once that smoke fades, Robo's going to have a lot of an idea that there's no one here and that A is going to be the final destination and resting place of this round.
Alright, Spirit Academy on with an opening kill. Do they know there's so many players close? Not accounting for the boost. And the trade has come through. Alcrin's still on the back of the site, not yet spotted as he hides behind the smoke. And the boxes on site. Now it's suddenly a 2-on-3. Rotations coming through. And while they're not quite on the side just yet, they are getting agonizingly close. Grix misses the shot and that will cost him his life. Norway then the last man standing, 1v3. And what is the approach going to be? Honestly, if he gets the donor player, could grant him an opportunity to run to A. But, oh, this is so awkward because Robo has already walked into Red Room and the time is just ticking lower and lower.
Yeah, this is difficult because it would have to win out this fight cleanly and then still run. Doesn't want to give away any sound cues. So yeah, this round I don't think time is the limiting factor, and even just the save. Maybe a kill here looks like it's going for. And a tuck in, maybe where they're not expecting him. But silently a 7th appears on the board. Here's the footsteps, runs him down. Does get away with a sneaky little exit present there. Patience is rewarded in some small way. What's going to be back out for Grix? We really need to see this getting online here as well, because they're starting to have this slip uncomfortably on their chosen starting side, no less.
It's raining. A lot of damage up on Patsy, but oh, okay, never mind. So on Grix, again a very rough start for Aurora. Looking to find a way back in. Maybe granted. Grix is holding out as well, and with the edge of the smoke, Robo's position has been revealed. So has Sypho's, and B side all of a sudden very, very open. All the utility will make sure that Alcrin is not good. So it's not granted here an opportunity. And actually Kyusuke actually falls as well on the other side of the map.
Yeah, and Alcaran is so focused on trying to find Klax here. I think he heard a couple of footsteps and actually might just fully pass each other unknowingly here. Bomb goes down and he's going to go try and meet up with his teammates, clearing through spawn as he goes, unknowing that the danger he's managed to get ahead of. And here he goes, checking mid where Mokujin does reside. But so many angles to watch in this position, and taken down. Halcran just going to save the orb, and they have no idea where he is at this point. They know he's got to be somewhere over on A, because of course haven't seen him. And this is something that Aurora have done really nicely on these rounds, that they have managed to get the bomb down. Not only here, but over on train as well, is that they take so much space beyond the map. Beyond the site, sorry. And that means that they have this ability, this information to go for hunts a little bit easier, to not get caught off guard by any retakes as well. And it works quite nicely for them and pays off, I say, in spades. They're not quite able to take the Orc back, and that would have been a nice little medal on their shoulder. However, it's coming back into it. It's not completely lost. Not all hope is lost just yet. Aurora, they still have a chance. 7-5 half would be ideal for them. Still not perfect, though.
Yeah, far from perfect. But who knows? Aurora gets their head back into the game for at least one more round. Alfred, very personal. Oh, that's a collateral. Almost taking down Patsy as well. And sure, he's damaged. Oh, and, well, his teammate's blind. But Alfred, even while blind himself, is able to get another kill. Things are looking now very dire for Aurora. Chaos has arrived, but it is Spirit Academy that stands tall as Kiyosaki lands that final kill. My lord, what happened out there?
I think they're probably wondering that themselves here. And suddenly, Spirit Academy, nice little lead on the CT side. And it's not too detrimental for Aurora. T-side economy does lend itself to being able to buy a little bit more run boost. Not quite sure if they were meant to try land on Speedway, but they don't. And Patsy has found the opening pick. They haven't managed to find Kyosuk yet, but his days are numbered and not even able to finish my sentence before he hits the deck. And Alcaran, blocked off by a smoke right now. Once it fades, might have a bit of trouble, but everyone's already passed his line of sight and slipped into Red Room. So it's going to be Sypho that's called up, needs to step up.
Sypho taken out of the equation. Sure, Robo will get a trade, but the numbers still heavily leaning in Aurora's favour. Oh, a bit of back and forth action here. And I'm pretty sure that Alcaran knows where that bomb is gonna head. And as soon as that is planted, this is one hell of a retake. Uh-oh! Around the corner awaits Norway, and he will find a finishing blow. The scoreline is 8-4. Can they crawl back? Find out after the break.
All my body is for you to hold. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Feel like something new. Yeah. And I never thought that I got me wanted. Never thought that that I'll be saying you feel more like a dream, yeah. You feel like something new. You feel like something. You feel like something new. You feel like something. I feel like I'm in another galaxy. Take my time in your eternity. Ooh, feel like something new. Yeah. And I never thought that I got me wanted. Never thought that that I'll be saying you feel more
Welcome back, wonderful people. We have a very different set of affairs over on map number 2. Now it's Spirit Academy leading the way on their map pick. A reverse sweep needed for this series for them, and it's gone on a long time already, and another half lies in wait and another pistol round. And this time Klax takes a little bit of damage, but they're not going to forgo those opening picks this time.
Player spotted, but for the time being, trying to figure out if it's all a ruse or not. Patsy is ready on the angle, but not quite. The fastest on the trigger. Heads decapitated and a bomb being planted as we speak. Spirit Academy looking to make the lead even bigger. And honestly, with some of these upgraded pistols, armor, well, they kind of want to give it another look in, see what they can do. And so far, so good. 2 kills found, but time will continue to tick. There is no kid on board. You need to find more kills. And they are simply not coming through. Running out of bullets as well. And it's all over and done with. Another pistol round goes the way of Spirit Academy.
Yeah, somebody needed to get that pick at the end there. Kenzie, I probably need to be a little bit quicker. I say there's not really much you could do to be quicker, but teammate goes down, and that means that you have no way of dealing with the player in donuts. You've got no smoke, and now there's only one of you. You don't have time to defuse. It's all a little bit of a car crash when it gets to that point. Now, Aurora, they've been in this position before, but this time they don't have the finances to force this. They gamble stack and actually end up roughly where Spirit Academy are looking to head, but it's Sofo with the AK, and they've seen the Molotov. They know what's coming.
Oh, fully blind, but it doesn't really matter. They just mow them down. The weaponry is on their side.
Flawless.
And, well, that is exactly what you like to see if you're a Spirit Academy fan. Make it clean, march onto double digits, and make it so incredibly tough here for Aurora to get back into this map.
Yeah, it is going to be one steep climb for them. They do now have weapons online, however, but the economy is not going to be particularly favourable for them. Grix has had a slow map, and it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get his hands on that any time soon either, especially if this round slips through the cracks. And Robo, talk about him being a menace over in Cheetah, this time continuing to be a menace in exactly the same place, but on the other side. And here to have Kyosek's back, throwing that util to get him round the corner. Slowly but surely taking that space, but there's going to be an issue when the smoke fades, and neither of them have actually caught him, but I don't think they've seen each other. Both of them as blind as the next.
Waiting game now. Kyosuke's getting hungry for a kill. Gonna have... Well, he's tempted to go a bit further, but for the time being, just hanging on to the angle. Maybe someone will overstep. At the same time, though, Kenzie is right behind him. And Robo has that information, but his head has been taken off. Now, still, Kyosuke is in a prime position to do a lot of damage, but the rest of the squad has fallen. And the bomb as well, which is very, very unfortunate, because he was in a really solid spot. But time is not working in his favour, and it will just have to be a save. Oh, well, oh, never mind. A little gift granted.
Yeah, there's no time here, but you take the crumbs of serotonin where you can get them when you know you're in a situation that is unwinnable. So yeah, nice little pad to the stats, a tiny bit of extra money, albeit with that AK, so it's not a whole great deal, but his nice little prize. And Aurora, now they've hit 5, they have to double their rounds to even match Spirit. And losing so many players and weapons is going to hurt them in the long run here. As you can see, Norway is stuck on this MP9 for now. But timeout being called. Okay, I like this. Spirit Academy, they've been very good at calling them when they've been on these winning streaks and something's gone wrong, right? Because it's better to patch the issue the moment that you know that there is one, as opposed to try and sort of dance around it and hope that maybe you figure it out as you go. Having a proper conversation about how you've been doing really well, something changed, what changed? Should mean that they get straight back on track, stealing away the victory and not allowing Aurora to build any sort of momentum. No consecutive rounds or economy for you. They are missing a lot of utility, even off the back of a nice round streak and that T-side economy. They are missing some vital pieces. And Alcaran, oh, got his signature weapon. It's going to be the support player throwing all of the smokes.
Walking straight in the hands of their enemy. A couple kills right back could still make this round possible for Spirit Academy, but backup is very far away.
Bomb hasn't gone down yet, though.
And
yeah,
no, Kiyosaki is basically just waiting for his teammate to arrive in order to get it down. It would have been too risky, perhaps by himself, not knowing where the CTs were at. Now, bit of backup util to make the scenario a little bit more possible, and no player crossed. The pressure is on.
Yeah, they've still got so much time to play with here, but the issue is planting. They know where he is, and run down needed. Robo to find a little bit more there to keep him safe, but Defuse comes on through. All the time in the world to take your time, relax, enjoy the scenery. They've both got an AK to show for it as well. Spirit Academy, they are stuck on 10 for now as Aurora, they start to build a little something. The weaponry is still not going to be perfect, and seems like Grix is once again going to be forced off of his signature weapon. I don't think he's found a kill yet this half. It has certainly been not the display that we were expecting coming into this when we highlighted him. And Spirit Academy, another timeout called. Clearly whatever they talked about last round didn't work, so another discussion needs to be had. Figuring out what they want to do with this round, we can see that there's clearly some form of investment coming on through. It's likely not to be much more than Tech 9s and bits of utility here and there. Actually, switching that up and boosting it into a Deagle. But I mean, when you're 18 and 9, sometimes you just got to take off the leash and let him run rampant.
We gotta wait and see what these pistols can do. I mean, you've seen a couple of force buys, of course, in the early phase of this map, which did pay off in favor of Spirit. But it's quite a task to go up against. Even some AKs up on that CT side. But who knows? Maybe it's time to do a classic rush B. So far, nades are missing. Just waiting for a little bit. Oh, Flash actually blinded himself there, Patsy. Needs to back off, considering fighting with those in cave. As the rest try to swarm the site, and they are only granted a single kill. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, it's worth trying. But the pistols are not going to be winning it over the rifles this time around. Aurora get to 7. And Spirit Academy back with another buy, but the stakes, I mean, they are high. It's getting tense yet again.
Yeah, it is. Aurora there, it was, I don't want to say that was a clean round. Yeah, they all walk away alive, right? But the health bars tell a little bit of an interesting story, and there's some stuff to read into with all of that. So it's messy, the clean kills aren't quite what we expect, and maybe Spirit Academy, they can take advantage of that coming into this. they need to at least. Cypher fully blind, but able to walk on forward. Norway hasn't spotted anybody, but someone's going to walk backwards into him. Again, no one can quite finish their meals right now.
But a trade does come right back. A bit of a spam through, but not enough to kill Cypher. It's getting a bit awkward. Again, oh, numbers evened out almost. Cypher's now left alone, only on 6 HP and a drain. But with an AWP in hand, any shot is going to be deadly, and that's a shot missed. We'll switch to the pistol in panic. There's a bit of a lifeline. He repositions, but it's not going to outswing that rifle over there. Defuse can come through, and Aurora, they will creep in closer and closer.
Yeah, at no point has any of this been clean. This has been very much sort of gritted teeth, trying to get through the rounds, and it's been close, to give both teams their credits. See, this is the weird thing, is that Aurora picked T-side start because they were way more comfortable on it last map, and now it's the CT side that they didn't want to play first that they're vibing and excelling on, so everything's a little bit topsy-turvy, but Spirit Academy, they force into this. There is enough to buy for next round. It might not be perfect, but I mean, max loss bonus has now very much been hit. Give us a look. The boosts up, they've really been liking them. They've not quite got them the results that they've hoped for just yet. Give us a look. Needs his teammates to help him. Are they waiting for Patsy? Packaging senses that there might be a nice wide swing, but the Tech 9's going to get the job done, and that's going to be a scooped up weapon as well. Now Clax, the Molotov to hold off. The nade's going to go deep, but not quite deep enough, but it's enough time for Grix to move on over. But the issue is he's gone down, and suddenly it all falls onto him as he falls, and Kenzie's been spotted in mid, does find the kill, but Norway smoked off, and everywhere they go, they've been met with hurdle after hurdle, and Norway, do you go through this? Do you not? There's nothing really to alleviate the pressure anywhere else, and there's no flash for it, so either have to wait it out, and by that point, time and a half gone, and even with kits, just too many people to clear out, and the back away, the run away to keep hold of these precious weapons.
Yeah, if they had smokes, maybe they could have gone for it.
Or anything.
But with how close, yeah, it's just like you can't cross into sight. There is a player advantage for Spirit, and it's gonna be hard. So you need a utility in order to make the job a bit easier for yourself, and if it's absent, kinda just have to go for a save here, because money is not gonna run endlessly. And we're slowly nearing the latter stages of this map. Spirit get to 11, and an order pause.
It was always gonna go the distance, this. Train was the only map that we were looking at saying that it might be kind of one-sided, and it ended up being double overtime. So everything else after this, no holds are barred here. But you're right, a little bit of a pause coming in. I think maybe actually a good thing for Spirit Academy here. I think Aurora, they maybe just want to get on with this. I think the break's gonna stagnate them and chop this up a little bit. Spirit, I think, definitely need a second just to breathe. And that they will. They won't be allowed to talk, but they will get a chance just to sit back, relax. I wouldn't recommend closing your eyes, because after a series this long, if you shut them for even a second, it's boom, you're out. It's nap time. But it's been a really quiet game from both of the orbs, which is quite sad. Yeah. I was really looking for both of these players, Alcrin and Griggs, that have been so hyped up, and I was so excited to get to see them clash versus one another, but it has been unfortunately a little bit absent from them on this one. But again, Mirage is up after this, and that lends itself nicely to a nice little AWP on both sides here. We've seen Aurora, they're happy to play the double AWP in overtime as well, so the fact that it's been quiet from the sniper rifles has been a little disappointing. But we're back into the game now. We should be. Wait, yep. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
You never want to jinx it.
Back. Yeah, no, very true. But back into action we shall go. What is the approach going to be? Aurora was maybe tempted to just give mid a bit of a peek. Oh, actually, never mind.
Nope.
This looks like a round restart.
It does indeed. All the weirdest round of Counter-Strike I've ever witnessed, but I have a feeling it's definitely not that.
I don't think so, yeah. Yeah, no, I see a Grix not moving in spawn, so my guess is that he is having some issues.
Potentially, yeah.
Oh, never mind, he is moving. Is it then... Might be O'Karen, actually, on the flip side.
Yeah, this is, Go on.
Oh, wait, they're killing... Wait, what is happening? Is it... Maybe it's...
I'm assuming
Maybe
it'll just
they
be a
said
round
that-
reset, yeah.
I mean, I hope for them it's confirmed, because otherwise that is very awkward. That they are now killing each other.
I was hoping, you know, if they were going to go for it, they were going to see a little bit of a knife fight, you know, give us a knife round. We only ever get to see one of those in the series, and my luck recently, I haven't actually seen many third map deciders, so I've not been able to get my fix of knife rounds. But...
I mean, my guess is just why are we not...
I think, yeah.
Why we're not restarting, but...
Yeah, just to
Seems like they are just talking with some admins over here.
big up the admin team. I know a couple of friends of mine that do some admin work, some referee work, and I do not envy them in the slightest. And the admin team, we rep. But yeah, 11-8 is where we're gonna sit on this pause for now. Get a nice little flyover of Ancient.
Alright, welcome back everybody. It is time to get this game back on the road. 8-11. So we got a round restart over there. So back into action we shall go. Everyone seems to be moving, which is a good sign. And it's heavy duty up in middle. Pushes left and right from both sides. And eventually being won out by Spirit. But Norway is still tucked in. So maybe we can make things a bit more tricky if his position goes unrevealed, which is not quite the case anymore. I hope to swing for fight. Hands back up now of Griggs. And with that, we can actually escape. But it's not the most ideal start for Aurora. You are a player down, plus Norway is low. So how do you turn this one around?
I unfortunately don't think you do. It's gonna require Kenzie to have a majorly step up moment, and definitely top gun on the first map over on Train. Finished with a ridiculous scoreline, but gonna have to be called upon once again by his team. Although Grix has seen nothing over towards mids, and that's it. There's the really quick rotate call. Still needs something to do. There's no smoke for him, but there are Molotovs to block him off from fighting this.
2 HP now on Kenzie. And Zix falls. He actually is able to get one more kill, but everyone within seconds is getting wiped away. And Spirit Academy will get themselves to 12 first. Have now 4 opportunities in order to close it out. So you should think that will be enough, but never say never. We've seen crazy comebacks here today. So who knows? But Aurora is pretty empty-handed, which
Yeah.
is far from ideal now. Trying to crawl to OT.
Has to do it on pistols. Limited utility there. They're hurling Patsy up speedway. He's not gonna quite land, but flashes to get them through. And Klax is going really aggressive here, disrespecting every smoke he comes across. But they've managed to pass each other, and Robo, maybe they catch him off guard, or maybe they get distracted, and what is meant to be just a little bit of a worry in the back of their mind could be the unraveling of this round and this map. But also trying to plant is a bit exposed here.
Some spams with the M4, but time is ticking.
Okay,
This needs to be it from Aurora, and yeah, exactly. With no kit, there is even more pressure up on that timing. Oh, they line up. It's a feast for Spirit Academy, and yes, it is still a 2-on-2. But everything seems to lean in their favor. Hold on, wait, is there enough time?
it's going to be close, but I think there might be.
Oh, the edge of my seat. Oh no! A millisecond of time, but Spirit Academy, they lock it in. We're going to a third map.
That we are. And when we said that this series probably wasn't going to get much closer, I don't think that's what we had in mind as the precipice of. Spirit Academy is probably also sat there going, I have no idea which side we're even going to start on. And I like that. I think it gives you a little bit of an upper hand. And we say that it didn't quite work out starting on that T side for them over on Ancient. Maybe it would have been worse for CT side. Again, all of this is just merely speculation, and there's not a whole lot to work on with these two teams because they've thrown the playbook out of the window, but they've decided to start CT side, and I think definitely safer. Mirage, a lot more of a home ground comfort map for everybody, so choice well made. Looks like it's going to be heavy over towards B for Spirit Academy to kick this one off. Patsy with the Julies is going to be the first one tested. Here's the util coming on over and has to get ready.
Well, Julie's in hand, good for the first kill, but a trade will come right back. And immediately the pressure is on. Spirit Academy hoping to swarm the site, and so far so good. Bomb can be planted, but reinforcements are on the way. There's no kill on board, so kill will have to come through, and it will indeed. Kenzie will find Mokujin. And with that, Klax will try to fire on the back of that, try to crunch them into the back of the site. And with the last player now known, it's getting a bit tricky. Ideally, you want to see if you can wait out a timer, and so far so good, and he lands another headshot. Sobo there with 3 kills to his name to save the day.
Doesn't even need the timer, and it's so messy at the end there. The disjointed sort of double swing onto him, and allows him to isolate both fights and win them both on out. Aurora for going another pistol round. A little bit more successful for them on this one. More kills to be found is going to award them slightly better of a buy, and they are forcing into this. The scout, they toyed with the idea. They're still switching around with weapons even now. There it is. Brix has decided to stick out with the scout. 2 MP9s, deagles galore, and a little bit of util in the back pocket. And Kenzie, there's the smoke to cover them. It's going to stop Robo peeking, but there's a little bit of a back and forth exchange for them. Lovely HE is going to tag up Robo a little bit. Norway shifting around uncomfortably. Knows there's players catwalk, but also left on their lonesome has to deal with the prospect that maybe someone is crawling through apartments. And yeah, there is somebody, but Sypho's taken his time and no immediate threat to him.
Again, it's going to be a walk up to apartment. Robo then maybe to sit in middle to maybe catch some rotations of guard. Alright, again testing the waters a bit, see if there's any counter util, which there is. But it seems like they just want to push on through. Flashes are there, but They're hesitant. Okay, well, they will deal with Kenzie and actually force the scout off its position. So there's a lot of firepower, a lot of damage left and right. But the timer is ticking lower. But it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Everyone has backed off. Aurora, this is not worth going for with the investment that they've got into the round.
Yeah, there's not really much saving this one. Even what you're holding on to, and I don't think even Norway is going to be allowed to stand here. He's got a nice angle. He can probably take one down if he is timing this right. Also depends on Alcra and how diligent he is being with someone hiding here. But the footsteps given it away. Norway's going to switch his attention, but can he dispatch of multiple people?
Terrorists win.
Well... No.
Oh no!
Oh, that's
great.
awkward. Oh. Oh, you hate to see it. Yeah, that happens. You know, risk has been taken, and it didn't quite pay off in this time. So, Spirit Academy 2-0 up. There is a scout in the mix for Aurora, some upgraded pistols, but not much more than that. And looks like they're going to be sticking on A site, which so far seems to be the right guess with where the bomb is located. It still is a very tough job.
Yeah, tough job is certainly a light way to put what is awaiting them. Mokajin, it's messy, does find one, and the rest of his team coming on through. They lost 2 players at the start, and immediately deficit not even felt anymore, and Kenzie needs to find something, but is about to be run on down. The nades go in just to pepper them as well, applying all of this pressure, and Josu wanted to find something, wasn't even allowed to see anybody alive there. Teammates taking them down before he can round that corner, and Spirit Academy definitely starting this decider map off with a little bit of fire, a little bit of pep in their step here. But Grix has the orb out. We've said time and time again. Actually, orb out for both sides here. We really, really want to see both of these two step up here. And a lovely little orb head-to-head to kick this off. That'd be a nice way to sort of re-establish our confidence.
Well, you blink and the first kill has already been found. Robo is not messing around this time. And with that, it immediately the round gets so much harder. There's already a lack of utility here for Aurora to get space across the map. And perhaps the eagerness here for information gets big as Clax will push into Ram. Not much spotted, but the timing is... Oh, it's gonna sting because now Spirit Academy are there. Clax is playing very forward, so maybe Karen's not expecting. Oh, but the timing is so good. Spirit Academy flashes come about. With that, a shot missed, but people still standing tall up in connector, making it a 3-on-3.
Oh, it hurts, and there was another nade going in there, and if it wasn't Mokajin, maybe a little bit of a mercy kill, saved from the fate of that secondary HE. Mokajin going for more and more here, establishing himself early, and Grix smoked off, and even then, he's hearing a lot of commotion. The moment that smoke fades, he's going to need to be really on this, but it's being watched by 2. Is he going to go for the plant? He does, and now... Alcaram, Battle of the Orbs. This is what we've waited for it to come down to. Jumps down, and that is his downfall. And Grix, there we are. Hero play to save the day. Already equaling the number of kills we saw him get in the first half of Ancient. And it does yield them a result. And you never want to just say that people need to get kills. It feels too obvious to say that to win these rounds they need to get the kills. But it had been something distinctly lacking in previous maps. So having them able to get themselves on the scoreboard just a little bit cleaner this time is definitely going to make everything else, all the teamwork and communication, fall into place a little bit more smoothly.
Yeah, and things looked a bit dire for Aurora, sort of in the middle of the round, with, again, losing players early and being quite low on utility. But in the end, that is what costs Spirit Academies their life. You have the numbers advantage, but you can't plan safely, and the time are not working in your advantage. But a new round has started, and so far, Spirit Academy, they have lost a player walking to try and get to the boxes in middle, but with a gap in the smoke, grants an opportunity. Again though, Aurora, ooh, they do not like to sit still. They want to get ahead of the situation, and, well, this time around, it's coming to bite them.
And bite them it will. It's very, very quiet from them. They've cut all sort of noise here. And that has made Aurora's job a little bit harder. And we actually a peek into mid right in about now would have at least given a lot of information, but all bunched up, and Kenzie, smoke comes through, but there's a little bit of a gap that they're going to exploit here, and actually Kyosuke isn't even going to get to see the kill. He's had a bit of a rough time with them stolen from under his nose, and now Norway in ticket booth, they're waiting for him, and Klax tries to make some noise, take the attention, take the heat off of his teammate, and stop this bomb getting onto site. Again, they can't quite manage it. They do make it uncomfortable enough that they take themselves off of the plant, but again, straight back on it. Norway's not got a line of sight, but Alcaran is holding for it, and now Grix might not even be allowed to escape. The nade helps out, and he does manage to find the last little bit of damage with the USP, but this round done and dusted, and has to still be diligent that he might get pushed here.
Needs to be careful, but there's not a whole lot of money here for Spirit to go for a hunt. And my guess is probably them exiting together. Oh, yeah, there we go. That is your safest bet.
Safest bet. See, this is the thing. Safest bet is not what I want to see coming out from Aurora anymore. There's not really the opportunity for them to continue playing it safe. It's not really been working. I'd love to see something a little bit flashier. Spirit Academy have been so good with switching this up as well. Making you uncomfortable, making you sit on your hands, last minute pops, and then suddenly the next round, they're already on site 10 seconds in, and Aurora, maybe I'd like to see them face this head on, but with only an AWP available to them this round, it's going to be difficult, and that's the opening kill already conceded, and Grix not in the position at that point to trade, so just has to let it go.
Yeah, this is, again, very rough. They gamble on the wrong side, and, well, Plex, I fear he is about to die here. All by himself, a deagle in hand, a lot of angles to cover. And there we go, decapitate it. Even though Norway came to run in very fast, to be fair, he doesn't really have anything to lose, so at most he can maybe try and steal a weapon away. Or do damage. But for the time being, Spirit Academy looking to make this round a clean one and continue to widen the gap.
Yeah, Grix is waiting to punish. The smoke fades. Oh, just a second too early. And it is now just a bit of a waiting game. I like that they've sent Robo on a little bit of a poke and a prod here. They're not willing to invest too much into hunting this. Their economy being built, but still in its infancy at the moment. You really don't want to be risking any of these weapons, especially when you now don't have to rebuy a single one. Means you have more to invest into that utility. Everyone's still got their head armor as well, so that is a nice little bit of a water cash in the back pocket. Save it for a rainy day. And Aurora, it's a slow start for them. They've got everything they could possibly want, minus a single piece of utility missing on Norway, but I don't think anyone's going to shed a tear over that. Now Now going aggressive. Alcaran wants the opening pick. Head down, straight through mid. Spots the leg, and it's a tag. It's not quite the kill, but Bricks. Oh, what a mistake to be making. Patsy trying to do something, anything, just nade Robo out of position here, but they're committing so much attention to this, and it's only one person that they're distracted by.
Yeah, they thought the smoke was probably a bit higher, but deceived. But I guess lucky to be alive. Now, ooh, timing again is everything. And with that, opportunity granted for Kiyosaki. Gets 2 kills, Alcaran 1 with a follow-up.
Oh, I can't see.
And everyone has disappeared. Cypher is just sort of like peeking left and right in the smoke. Play is missing him. Oh, well, Kiyosaki has been found. And actually, so has Cypher. But still, it's a 2-on-3 with a single kitten very far away.
Yeah, not happening.
Kind of just have to save yet again, and it's kind of a story repeating itself here.
It's not looking amazing. On the other side of things, just to provide you guys that have bared with us, stuck with us through all of this, and what has been a very long series, the other game that was going on, Copenhagen Wolves versus Rushby, did in fact end 2-0, 13-4, 13-6, so the polar opposite of what we've been witnessing here, but that does mean that that's shaken up the overall standings a little bit. So Rushby continues on and will play the winner of this match. Not tonight, but at a later stage. And then, of course, the loser will play against either Monty or Fireflux.
It all depends. I mean, they are at least not immediately eliminated.
True.
Because we are in the high seed. Or actually, I should say we're in the mid seed, but in the upper bracket.
Yeah,
It's all a little confusing with the format, but at least they do get a lifeline. But yeah, who knows? I mean, we've seen crazy scorelines, and we thought it was over, and then it wasn't. So I feel it's still too early to tell.
Yeah, well, it's certainly a convincing start from Spirit Academy, because no matter how pear-shaped the rest of this half goes, they've at least gone even. So there's a little bit of comfort that they can take from that even if they mess everything else up now, we would criticize them, but not as badly as if they weren't at least going even Stevens into the second half. So maybe the pressure eases up a little bit, allows them to move a bit more freely. Ogen fully flashed, but barrage of utility jumps out of the window trying to find any sort of safe haven, and is met by Norway, who's now repositioned, heading over towards Van, and is going to try stop them from escaping. Now Robo catches Patsy out in the open. And now a little bit chaotic. They're worried about where to go. Norway still just tucking his head, dodging flashbang after flashbang. I think Barrel of the Orb might just have been spotted. Rick's missed shot, but maybe it's just a warning for them. Alcaran peeks out to his demise, and there it is. Final kill is swept on up.
I really liked how they deal with that apartments push, because they have the information, but especially Norway there was in a bit of a tricky spot where it could have easily been spotted, but you could see how well the communication was with the rest of his teammates, how they were backing him up, how they were playing of one another, so when one person missed, they were expecting peaks, and then a fellow teammate could strike, so really well done. But again, this needs to be the start of something bigger, because the scoreline at the end of today is still 2-6, but the Biome Spirit is a bit more dire. We still see an orb, but not everyone has util on their backs. And Robo is indeed the first one to fall. Again here, top of middle, not making the boxes, but he has backup this time. Kiyosaki is lurking quite deep already around those smokes, waiting to see if anyone is pushing. Meanwhile, his team is showing some faces around B apartments yet again. This time, there was only a single player down there, so that could open things up. And, well, They're going to be immediately planting that bomb, give themselves a bit of an edge over Aurora, but oh man, they are not having it.
No, they are not. Alcaran has to stand and deliver a clutch and a half here. Gets the first, flashed off, has to back away. He's not exactly being quiet. Gonna have to go for the no-scope. Misses, but has done a little bit, an extra kill, but it's not going to stop the defuse coming on through. And it's always a little bit of a difficult one there that Alcaran needed to get round onto site, past Catwalk a little bit quicker to try help his teammate. Does actually manage to arrive in time, but only to watch his teammate fall. And now toying with the idea of the scout, think actually he's decided better off not, and they're going to go with the Tech 9s instead. Couple of flashes, I said a couple of flashes, actually Robo's heavily gone into this utility. We've got the Molotovs coming on out as well. Plan in mind. Have to be careful though, they force off that connector player and they're hoping they can catch Grix. The mid presence off guard, but the smoke's going to do the job there. Kusuk really needed to find a pick, but the fact that he gets away alive is enough. But his team, one by one, taken down. Nice little dig in the mix of this, but Patsy from Catwalk unaccounted for and unaware of his presence. And now Kirosuk's got the bomb down, has Sypho here as well that they're not quite sure about, but a long timer awaits them and everyone has kits, but it's headshots like this that keep the dream alive. Now toying with it, goes for another one, doesn't quite land this shot here, but Sypho still, they don't know where he is. His peek out here could be everything. He gets the first and spots the second, and now Kyoso, one more headshot needed, but it's not gonna happen. And there should be time for this, but what an attempt to put up here.
Yeah, honestly, this is more than they probably bargained for. And, well, it will certainly make Aurora sweat a little bit. They get the round, but it was quite a costly one. So a lot of these, a lot of the economy that they've tried to save up, well, you need to reinvest back into weapons. But so does Spirit Academy at the end of the day. They can buy up again. So that will put a lot of pressure on this round as to who will sort of get the momentum for the final round of the half. Who can grant themselves a bit more of a lead or maybe make a tie.
I mean, shutting Alcaran down in mid here, making him uncomfortable with piece after piece of utility. Always these nades landing, 50 damage a pop. Makes his life a lot more difficult. And Kyosuke, this time, lurking in the tunnels, but no one quite gonna show face and give him the fight that he wants and that he's so eager for. Here we are. The smoke coming on out is going to block off that. Now just ahead spotted, not quite able to connect the shot as Alcaran. And will be punished on the retreat here. And Patsy's going to get two through the smoke. Doesn't need to see them. Kyoso just has to back away. He wanted to help, but wasn't able to do anything. Mogajin in Palace, location given away, and they know that Cypher likes to play a little bit closer up. They're never quite sure where he is, but this time they are ready. Taking out his teammates in the midst of all of these shots, trying to hit the flick and only hitting his friends. And Kyosuk now, location known, there's two people waiting. Molotov for mid is going to give Kenzie the opportunity to approach, but actually it's Grix to poke his head out. And 5-6, these rounds have been action-packed.
Yeah, we went from 1-6 to now 5-6, so momentum is starting to shift, and Spirit Academy is feeling it, and are going to be calling for their very first tactical timeout. Which, to be fair, I can see now you're wanting to keep your head cool. You don't have the best buy, so in order to prevent him from getting into a tie, now is time to have a bit of a chat of how to do this. See now an 8k being brought up. No util though.
Yeah, it's... I like the Spirit of taking their time out. I think maybe previous maps they've called them a little bit earlier to figure out how to stop hemorrhaging rounds. but one just before the half. Try and close this out with a bang. They've not exactly got the greatest arsenal to do it with. They're going to have to be taking a lot of these fights to try. Robo struggled in mid, and this time the smoke comes out to stop Grix, but he's going to part it for himself, get this line of sight, but Robo, the delay on crossing, psychs them out a little bit, bamboozles them because he's not actually crossed just yet, and Kyosuk has just tried round after round to try put his name into the hat, but not allowed. Robo with 2 this time, and Kyosuk finally activating Norway on catwalk, knows that there's people in mid, but doesn't quite know what to do about it.
Yeah, they're trying to take them out one by one. Now get into safe territory by planting that bomb. Putting pressure up on Norway to make the moves, but it's not going to happen. It's 5-7. Still a close affair, though, and let's find out after the break who will win out this final map.
Yeah. Your life hits hard, but I hit right back. I never back down, I keep it on track. It's the same day with no problems. I keep rising from the bottom, cause when the sun comes up and I look around, I can feel that love, I can hear that sound. They're never gonna hold me down, I'm higher than the ceiling now. And then I need to worry about, cause I got no problems. I know it's gonna be alright, it's getting better every time. Nobody's gonna kill my vibe, cause I got no problems. Yes, every day was a war. Yeah, it kinda took a while. When they tell me I should stay, I just jump with a smile. Yeah, it's hard until you notice. Everybody's got their moment. When the sun comes up and I look around, I can feel that love, I can hear the sound. Listen up. They're never gonna hold me down, I'm higher than the ceiling now. And then I need to worry about, cause I got no problems. I know it's gonna be alright, it's getting better every time. Nobody's gonna kill my vibe, cause I got no problems. Cause I got no problems. Cause I got no problems. Do you feel a little down? Say it. No problems. Let you in, but you out. Sing it. No problems. They're never gonna hold me down, I'm higher than the ceiling now. Had none I need to worry about, cause I got no problems. They're never gonna hold me down, I'm higher than the ceiling now. And none I need to worry about, cause I got no problems. I know it's gonna be alright, it's getting better every time. Nobody's gonna kill my vibe, cause I got no problems.
Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully for the final time. This is the final half of this series. It's gone 3 maps and we've been at this for a while, but a victor will be crowned soon, and a pistol round to decide it. Aurora, if they can steal this away, could well be the equalizing rounds they need, but it's Robo to find that opener and slips away unpunished, undetected.
Ooh, a lot of people spotted in underpairs there. No, mid-ground is in favour. Oh, information! Oh, this is awkward. Ooh, Final bullet in the mag will land the blow. And now things get really tricky. They're getting caught off guard left and right, getting pushed. Spirit Academy doesn't like to sit still whatsoever. Just gonna be pushing, overwhelming, and surprising Aurora here. They are left empty-handed, but Spirit Academy, they continue on the march.
They do indeed, marching forward towards hopefully a third map for them and continuing in this mid-group upper bracket. 2 spaces available in that playoffs, and they want to sign their name on one of them. Now, no bomb plant, no buy here for Aurora. They are going in broke. So anything they can find is going to be an added bonus for them, but nothing is going to be awarded for free. The pack mentality compels them to the tunnels. And Kyosuke is waiting. A direct line of sight, a bullet to the top of the dome is what lies in wait. Not even that.
Aww. No, Robo is like, let me farm them up. Gets full. No, it's just Glax by himself. Position revealed and life taken away. Obviously, you know, Aurora here having not a whole lot to work with. No surprise there. But it's nice that Spirit can keep it pretty clean. Get the economy on their side. And slowly march on to double digits, potentially doubling the scoreline of Aurora soon. The pressure's on. Aurora need to make a move soon in this second half. They want to cling on to the upper bracket final.
Yeah, we have seen teams clawing it back. The moment that double digits is hit, it seems to be cursed. But this time, Spirit Academy, they don't want to let it get to that. Aurora, they're going to have to start putting rounds on the board and quickly, lest we have a game that goes on again and requires them to claw back even more rounds. But this time, maybe advantage in their hand. There's still a lot of utility to work with here. Kenzie trying to cut off these connector players, but Nate to the face is going to jump scare him a little bit. Smoke goes in and a Molotov to follow as well to buy them that ability to push forward, but Robo is waiting. And if you disrespect the smoke, he will disrespect you. The flash is good. It's messy. They do eventually find him. Mokujin now pushing through the smoke himself, finds one, but doesn't know that someone has slipped past him, however. Oh, his teammates got it though. Don't worry. And there it is, Kenzie taken down. Alcoren just has to sit back here and wait for his moment to shine. Clax has got one. Pops out, spots a little bit of damage. But the issue is he's being tagged through the wall and he needs to reload. Cypher knows somebody's in sandwich and hoping that Kyosuke can get at least the player on ramp, but he can't. And now suddenly a clutch on his hands. They know where they both are. There's the first. They line up but can't get either.
I really like that. Aurora playing, like, Grix and Patsy really play it super well off one another. They, in both occasions there, they double swung. And ultimately, that was the reason as to why they were winning the fight. It was hard for, even though they kind of lined up there at the end. But, you know, twice the bullets. Work twice as fast. Now, one more round on the table for Aurora. And the flip side is a bit rough, a bit weird. We have Cypher and a Deagle, but on the flip side, there's also an AWP in the mix.
Yeah.
Just no armor, no util. Who needs all of that?
Apparently
well,
Alcaraz.
I think he... yeah, I think he probably needed it, because he is gone.
Yeah, the glass.
And with that potential for... I mean, depends if they want it, but they could maybe pick up a T-side AWP.
Robo. I like this a lot. Can cut off the rotates. Has to be a little bit careful about this late sort of Norway push, but not exactly being quiet because he's not expecting them there. And now they've been forced onto site, forced out of apartments, so it's a one-dimensional hold they have on this site. Smokajin and Cypher, they work together to pull on forward. Missed shot and the flash is good, but actually still everyone managing to get away. Nate to follow is just hammering home the point, and that is going to be them calling this off and heading home and letting Aurora take a 7th round, bringing this to within 2 rounds of each other. And a lengthy game we have on our hands once more.
to hold on to their guns as Aurora are creeping closer. And again, at pretty much no point in this game can you predict which way it's gonna go. Keeps being very close. And Aurora don't want to give up just yet, making things tricky for Spirit. But at least they were able to hang on to the majority of the weapons, which can still grant them a shot here at this next round.
Yeah, that is... Every shot that they can get is going to be gold dust for them to keep hold of this lead. I like Alcaran getting aggressive with this. Just about misses the head as they dip down the stairs into the tunnels, but immediately just falls all the way back. The team looking like they want to regroup and sort of hedge and attack themselves here. Throw smoke, passes through his own smoke with no flashbang, refuses to elaborate, does somehow get away alive. Holy.
Around the corner with some dealies. Yeah.
What in the map control has been this round?
Well, I mean, Spirit Academy, I think they just a bit hesitant to make a move.
But that's the thing, is they made all of the moves. Oh no, they missed. Okay, luckily Robo's got Cypher's bad there. Saves from a very embarrassing moment. There's an AK, but so the thing is, they seem so hesitant to make a move, but they moved all the way throughout the whole map. And now they are just cleaning up on these exits and actually maybe awarded even more here. Alcaran's holding for them. Nobody's watching Ticket and Spawn, so what else should be fine. Looks like actually still wants to go for this as well. Gonna die after time. But it's got to get the blood pumping there for Aurora. Nothing is free. Another timeout being called. I think it's well placed. Again, they've not really been able to find their footing in any of these rounds. It's just been sort of a very odd series.
Yeah. Yeah, very sort of when we expect a team to hang on to momentum, it's not quite happening. Sometimes, strangely enough, individuals stepping up. And I mean, talking about individuals stepping up, at least both ARPers are doing a lot better on this map than the previous two, which we were hoping for. Grix is on the top of the board for Aurora, a player to watch. And he's doing really, really well, playing a key part in this. T-side AWPing now. But, ooh, well, he lands his shot. Robo is immediately very, very low, but it is on the flip side, the AWP, that actually lands a kill.
Yeah, the decisive blow has been something that has been evading a lot of these players. And now, the Smokes have done a good job at holding them off, but a very hasty decision. I thought they were going to rotate Alcaran over. Actually, he's going around the world to head back towards A, but maybe too little too late. His teammate needs him now. Max is ahead of a little bit. They try and peek ramp, but they are just too eager. Alcaran watching for this Palace player and might be able to get one, but the rest of his team needed. Actually, everyone's stepping up here. They're all reloading its bullet. Patsy's got one. He's been finding some amazing, impactful kills in these moments, but they've not gone untraded. Kenzie not able to replicate his success from Train in the kill department. And there it is, 10 rounds, double digits. But this is when we start to see these teams choke.
Yeah, I mean, it could very well be. The tension is high. Both teams want to move on into that upper bracket final. Because after this hurdle, you're only one step away of being in playoffs.
True. Robo He struggled trying to find that mid-control himself. Over on T-side was being shut down constantly. This time is getting to be the one doing the shutting down and holds them off and keeps mid relatively safe for the first 30 seconds. But now, unfortunately, smoked off means he can't continue to have this stream of information input. And Norby sits behind the boxes. Teammates throwing utility for him, and Robo backs away. They have a little bit of a crossfire established here on mid, but it's not really stopping Aurora's methodical approach to taking the space. You know what will stop them? A bullet to Patsy's head. Norby's managed to sneak into connector and through this smoke unnoticed, but the HE to part it is immaculate. Bullet to the chest, and Kenzie's got himself so much space to work with, but caught between a rock and a hard place now as he's been spotted out by Alcaran, and there's a player in market also wanting to add his name to the tally.
Oh, his teammates falls though, and suddenly within seconds it's a 3-on-3. So yeah, Spirit have been getting quite keen on getting that map control, putting pressure up on Aurora, but it's coming to bite them a bit.
That bomb!
Oh, but timing is everything. That's the bomb dropped, and with 20 seconds left, well, seems it doesn't even matter because the kills are just going to be theirs. And a good recovery, honestly, because that got a bit tricky there towards the end, but they won it out in a very crucial moment because look at that economy of Aurora. It is gone.
Dire. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure where the bomb was heading there. It seemed like the bomb was on some sort of pilgrimage to try find kills instead of trying to achieve round win objectives, and she said the economy is not looking great here. One more buy round after this, and unless Aurora can pull off some mighty and magnificent eco, but part of me is doubting, especially with lots of early damage onto Patsy with nothing but those HEs alone, and Cypher's posted up here, waiting. On the flip side, Patsy also sat here, waiting, sitting there menacingly. And there's nothing mid. They've got so much information here, Spirit Academy.
Why is the HUD saying Kenzie is playing without a weapon? Did he drop his weapon?
Maybe.
Oh, never mind. Pistol picked up. Maybe he was looking for a deagle that was dropped. Yeah, it scared me.
So good he doesn't need a weapon.
They're back, and seems like they just want to get a move on. Trying to head in towards this A-bomb site, but man, yeah, that's just gonna be rough. Rifles are everywhere, and so is utility.
2 nade kills that round.
And with that, yeah, it is all of a sudden series point 12-8.
It has only taken us 3¼ hours to get here. And there's still a chance that Aurora brings this back. It has been a series of comebacks. It has been a series we've already seen overtime once before. It's actually Spirit Academy who was the one that brought it back and took it there. But Aurora this time, it's not them struggling to close this out. It's them struggling to get it to a point that they are even in contention to win. And buy's good for both sides, kind of. Norway's on a Galil and there's no AWP for Grix. And that has been the heavy hitter for them. So yeah, there is a buy. It's not quite exactly what they'd want this final round to be for them.
I mean, it's at least a better buy than last round.
True.
But it all depends on how they decide to play this one out. See some mid control wanting to be taken. Kenzie up in... Ooh, well, underpass granted a kill. Pretty much for free. And with that, you know, everyone's still 4 HP. This can be the opportunity for Aurora to get back into this game.
is the lifeline they need, and Kenzie with another Ghost lines 2 of them up, and that's it. That's the equalizer needed. Is worse for wear here, and Kenzie looking to potentially punish, knows that their catwalk, potentially ladder. Are they expecting them to have climbed all the way up, though? They're holding out hope for it. Silent drop down, Kyosuke. It's going to be a battle of wits, and just the slight readjustment is going to be what they need. And now 2v2. Kenzie is the walking dead here, needs 2 more. Sypho hears everything, sees the util, just going to tuck in, let them think that they're safe, plucks 1 out of midair, and the last person standing clacks. They know he's on site, and Alcuin rounds the corner as he's planting a simple, clean shot, and it's 13-8. Spirit Academy taking the series.
Oh man, but honestly, this was an incredible competitive best of 3. I mean, we went into all 3 maps. All 3